let's just get to it, man. Let's go defense first today. Here we go. Okay, so CJ Stroud's a special player, right? So first things first, let's start off just by safeties are deep. They get deeper as the game rolls on. You see the corners play off when they're in three. They like to bring a little bit of pressure, but they really like to create opportunities just with their 3-man line or their 4-man line, the way they situate guys. Now, this is one of the big things that we can do with a number of players on our team. I think they have they have a good secondary, but you can see the safety standing flat-footed. The corner let him catch up, and the story is if you're even, you're leaving. And CJ Stroud just lets this one rip in the pocket. Good catch. And this is kind of one of the things you saw in the game that we don't have CJ Stroud, we don't have Jordan Love, makes you a little bit apprehensive. I thought that CJ Stroud, when you watch this game, there's a difference between throwing things on time and then creating your own plays by extending the play, moving out of the pocket, just having that great awareness that, kind of what makes CJ Stroud unique. But he does a really good job of creating things in this game, eluding, and then hitting the guy on the sideline. That is not a play that you're expecting Malik Willis to be able to come in and execute. What you're hoping for is just that he can come in and execute kind of whatever is on the call sheet, the way it's intended to go. And then, obviously, I think with his skill set, remembering him from Liberty, that there might open up some opportunities for a little bit more quarterback runs. But again, now you can't, I talk behind, on the side of my mouth. He's it. Like, you don't want to bring in Clifford. So you already got your one guy hurt. If you go down to your third-string quarterback, like, how many games are won by third-string quarterbacks in this league, realistically, year in, year out? Like, that's got to be a low number. Okay. So why am I showing this? Like, you got the three lined up to the left of the center. If we're looking from the offense's left. And then you've got really – you're looking at like a single high here. We're going to play that safety in a lurker or robber position, but they're playing really far off the ball. And you see the safeties, a good, 17 yards back. Okay. So we go into a pro look, shotgun, split backs. And now, again, CJ Stroud this is freestyle. And he throws across his body. And these are like, when you go and look at the big plays in this game, these are the big plays, So we got the reverse on high. This is kind of a staple of this defense for a long time. High energy, you're going to chase the ball. So all these kind of misdirection things, all the jet sweeps, like, you can have a lot of success doing that. Certainly, I think the Packers will be trying to take advantage. Like, I'm watching the screen and Tunzel hits this guy, and then I'm watching this film, and it looks like there's two of the guy. I mean, he hits so hard, there's two of them. That's, when you pan over and your body is face down on the dirt, man, that's tough look. Tough luck. So we got here a big game time decision, in my opinion. Big game time decision here with DeForest Buckner. I think it's probably the move of the game. It's probably the move of the game for me, and because I think that he can take advantage of particularly our right guard. He forces you to slide. He forces the tackles to play vertical, but they're going to run a lot of this overload look. They had some success doing it. They did a couple different things where they'll fake like an ET game and then try to get over the top. I think they got a sack on that. They're isolating the right tackle here, which I don't think Zach Tom, feel pretty good about that if you're the Packers and Zach Tom. But Titus Howard's a really good player as well. So you see outside the rookie from UCLA, I don't even want to say his name wrong, Latu. So watching a ton of tape on this guy from last week and then some games prior, my impression is that he's got incredible bend for a taller player. He's got a good ghost. He really does a nice job of keeping hands off his body. He's got a jump chop. He's got a double swipe. He's got a stab, chop, rip. He's got some stuff to him, but he likes to play extended. You see a lot of guys want to play close in. He likes to play extended. He wants to get that edge, and he wants to use his kind of the size of his body to be able to flip his hips once he gets even. Now, like this play, he's got no chance getting the quarterback except for CJ Stroud is just freestyling. And again, I'm showing all these plays because if you go to the big plays in this game, the consistent thing was that CJ Stroud was just kind of out there being creative. And this is what he did for a large part last year. So this is fundamentally, I think, a part of their offense. But the Colts did a good job of taking away their first read. You see this. We have to get to this point. So Juice Scruggs, the center, does a great job covering up. LT on the backside, great job covering up on the back. He's going to actually drive Buckner 4 yards off the ball and backside hand him. And then the tight end is the big block here. Tight end makes this play go by just getting enough of this guy. He shouldn't have turned his ass in the hole like this, but just gets enough of this guy to get through. And Mixon's just, Mixon and Jacobs, that's actually a pretty good comparison. I don't know what everybody thinks about that, but when I think of Joe Mixon and Jacobs, I kind of think of the same kind of runner stylistically, which I think is a compliment to both, quite frankly. This is the other thing you notice when you watch the game, and I know we don't really necessarily have as many plays with the fullback, but they struggled against a fullback. Talking about the Colts last week, you added that next dimension into the game, and their run fits were very difficult for them. I don't know if it's just because their linebackers aren't used to it and they're undersized, or if they let me go back here, or if they just want to stay in nickel out of some of those looks and they didn't. They kind of got caught off guard. A lot of times the Texans were motioning back into two back, and then trying to run some leads off out of it. Seemed to be pretty effective. So